Well, before Iain Duncan Smith's speech, we spoke to body language expert Robert Phipps. Let's catch up with him now for his views on IDS's performance. What do you think?
Very passionate, but I don't think it was enough to save a battle for his position.
OK, we've got some clips to look through. Let's look at clip number 1 first.
This is where he starts stepping up to the podium. He's already sort of, if you like, he really milks this applause that he gets, because I think he knows that he's on such a battle with his actual speech that it's sort of, take this as much as I can, this will give me the inspiration. He also then, just before he starts, he takes a deep breath and looks upward, literally for inspiration, and then he starts. You know, it's not a very good start. He drinks literally 5 times in 5 minutes, so every minute he's at the table and getting a sip of the drink.
So he's quite anxious.
He's quite anxious. He's very stiff in his movements as he walked into the hall. There was a lot of double handshakes with other attendees there. It's just like, please, this is empathetic, please.
Yeah,
you know,
love me. Clip number 2. Talk us through this one.
He's using the hands. These are palm down. These are controlling. He's talking about getting things done. It's palm down. If he's appealing to people, he brings the palms up and brings them in towards the body, but this is very much palm down and controlling. He's trying to, you know, emphasise his leadership.
Do you think he's just forgotten? Because presumably when he's coached, he's told to do this rather than this.
You could see that there's been a lot of coaching going on. One of his sort of favourite movements throughout was this delicate finger and thumb together. It's, you know, you must grasp this point all the way, otherwise you're not going to understand and you're not going to come with us, so you must grasp this. And at some certain points he's using both hands. OK,
indeed, so we saw him doing it, and sometimes actually putting both of his hands together.
Yes. See, again, we've got this palm down and it goes to the finger and then it goes to the gripped fist. And this is where he comes off about grabbing office, and it comes, you know, the hand is reinforcing what he's actually saying. He's become much more animated over the whole of this speech. He starts off very rigid. The one thing that didn't do him any favours is the auto cue being very low, because he's having to break eye contact, and he's breaking his eye contact in a downward direction. Well, when we lie to people, we tend to look down. So that would have come across to a lot of the people that were just watching a little snippet here and there.
And there were people behind him as well, which is interesting.
So he's not moving around. He was very stuck. You know, his feet were almost planted to the floor in the centre spot, and he's not brought everybody in with him.
OK, let's have a look at clip number 4 and see what we're picking up from this one. This is about halfway through his speech, I think.
And I tell you this time,
this is where he goes for the punch from the right. Let's play a little bit of a joke there, you know, let's punch from the right. The right is coming in here. Again, it's the overemphasis and the over-reinforcement of the words. It's not quite in sync.
OK, and the last one, which caught my eye, and you've picked up on as well, shaking his head. This was clip number 6, I think.
he said,
I have delivered,
remember,
but with a shaking of the head.
these are the people who put you here.
OK, that was his build-up to it, and then very shortly after that
he says, I have delivered, but he's shaking his head, which is saying, no, I haven't. If he'd have been genuinely, I have delivered, there would have been more emphasis. It would have been, I have delivered.
Yes.
Not the other way.
So, out of 10?
6.
Which is better than perhaps some might have thought that he would have got.
It's between a 6 and a 7, but I would say a 6 there, because he's not. What he hasn't done is he hasn't brought the party with him. He hasn't brought the people in the hall with him. He's almost stood there and spouted what he believes and his passion, his conviction, but he's not done anything to bring the people in.
And if he increases his flying hours, will he improve?
If he believes in it and if it becomes part of him, then it will gel together. There'll be no incongruence between the words and the body, and he will be more believable as a person and what he says.
Do you think he can do that?
At this stage, no.
Mr. Phipps, thank you very much indeed for joining. Look, I'm doing palms at the whole thing. What have I learned? Martin?
I'm trying to be open. I'm trying to be open. All right, yes.